Oops.
So what is this trip you're on this time?
Okay, so this is the trip. So essentially, obviously, my girlfriend and I were supposed to go to Greece. We weren't able to do that. So her friend invited us to come stay with their family in Colorado for a few days. So we're staying here for 4 days. It's been incredible. Her family's treating us great. They're like taking us out to meals. Like it's been it's crazy. I've never really experienced a situation like that where like the parents are taking care of everything. You know, I'm a man. Like
Right.
I don't need to be taken care of, but like I obviously appreciate it's so nice.
It's nice
So
to be taken care of.
very nice. So here for 4 days. Then we are driving to LA. So we're doing like another little mini road trip. We're making cool stops along the way through Utah, Arizona, down to LA. And then I'm going to Alaska.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I'm going, and I think I maybe mentioned this, but I'm going to the northernmost inhabited place, I think, in the world. So it's going to be 35 degrees there. So I have a winter jacket in my carry-on.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I'm doing all the Alaska shit, dude. It's going to be crazy. Like flying onto a glacier, all this bullshit. So I'm very much looking forward to it, but it's, and it's sort of like quenching my thirst for being able to do shit during all this, you know?
Is your girlfriend coming to Alaska with you?
No.
Got it.
And going to Alaska is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like you have to arrive with a negative COVID test that had been taken in the last 72 hours. And if you don't, you have to take one at the Alaska airport for $250 and quarantine in the airport till they get you the results, which could take a couple days.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Crazy, right?
You're going to get it done in LA before you head to Alaska?
Yep.
Wow. Holy shit.
Dude, and a friend of sorry, go ahead.
Well, I've always wanted to go to Alaska.
Yeah.
I know it's just this place of natural beauty and I guess tribes of people.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know much about it either. I mean, it's going to be very interesting and fun.
Did you watch Grizzly Man?
I did. Yes.
That movie is great until it's not.
Till about halfway in. But dude, I'll say this, like every great documentary I find, the finished product is not what they set out to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Searching for Sugar Man's another good one. That one, Icarus. These are all
bicycling one is exactly, yeah.
But dude, Grizzly Man's crazy.
Well, because I couldn't help myself. I Googled the audio tape of him being eaten alive.
So give us a backstory on this first, because so people know who haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen Grizzly Man, it is a very good documentary. It's insane. I mean, it's this guy who basically thinks he's a bear or is a friend of the bears.
And is.
And he's a conservationist, but with the sensibilities of a young child. So he thinks that animals are humans' friends and that he can kind of communicate with animals. And he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Like he goes to Alaska, lives off the grid, he's camping out every night, and a fox becomes his cat, basically. A fucking fox. And then he goes swimming in the rivers with these grizzly bears.
He's rolling around with them, wrestling with them.
He really does kind of ingratiate himself to these bears. And then, of course, maybe I'm giving the movie away by saying this, but
it's so well known that
he gets eaten by a bear.
Halfway through the movie, he gets eaten by the bears.
Yeah, he gets eaten by a fucking bear. And it's like, well, saw that coming. And there's audio tape of
oh my God,
him being eaten. And they don't air it in the movie, but they have a scene of, I think it's Werner Herzog made the movie. I think. Yeah, it's him, and then he plays the audio tape, or he gets to hear it, and they show him listening to it. And he's like, this is the most horrific thing I've ever heard. And so I couldn't help myself, and somehow I found it online.
Wow. Can you send it to me?
I listened to it, and it is so bad. It is so haunting. It's so haunting. And
you gotta send me that.
You know, he's screaming, and he's like beating the bear with a pot, so it's clanging off the bear's I mean, it's really graphic and horrific. But that is always my enduring image of Alaska now is grizzly man and then him being eaten by a
So
grizzly bear.
you know what's funny about that? Every time I have this discussion, and I'm like, dude, obviously he was going to get eaten. There's always a person who's like, it was his wife who brought the snacks his wife brought food. It wasn't his fault.
His girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah. They
Her
both got
girlfriend.
eaten. They both got
Yeah.
eaten. And I had forgotten that piece of information, but that's a pretty sad thing to place the blame on her.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah. But I mean,
And
it's awesome. It's awesome that you're going there.
it's going to be sick. I'm excited.
Have you, you know, I know that when you did your trip through the continental United States, I guess, because Alaska is not part of the continental United States.
I guess technically not, no, because it doesn't
And-
connect technically.
Right. So when you did your trip through the Midwest and whatnot, you were flying by the seat of your pants a little bit.
Very much.
But with Alaska, I would think you have to be a bit more predetermined.
It's very booked out. Like
Good.
every day has an itinerary. And I have a friend coming who was like sort of on the fence. And I was like, dude, I will book everything and I'll pay for everything up front. You can pay me back. Cause like,
Wow.
I don't want to do it alone. Like it would just be, this guy's my friend, Andy. He's a funny guy. It'll be funny to do with him. He seemed like kind of enthusiastic about it. So we're going, and yeah, I have a pretty strict itinerary. That's much different than, and I kind of did too when I was driving around, but that was definitely more flexible than this.
Good. I'm glad to hear that you've got it planned a bit because Alaska is a wilderness, and I wouldn't want you
Yeah.
really falling off the grid there.
So, dude, this is the thing. Like, a lot of the national parks, you can't really get to them, like because the roads are not that good, and you're not allowed to take the rentals on the dirt roads. And you're like, oh, well, why can't I take a rental on the dirt road? But these dirt roads have like spikes and fucking like. I was reading about it. Like, people are known to get like 3 or 4 flat tires on one day of driving.
Wow. Yeah.
Which, like, fuck that.
Totally. Felled trees and potholes the size of I don't know, just massive. It's all logging roads and shit, right?
Yeah.
It's back
totally.
country.
If you like that video, check out our channel where we have way more videos. Fucking, I just don't know how to do this. This is unbelievable. If you like that video, we have way more videos on our channel. Please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to know when there are new ones. But if not, check them out, and we appreciate it.
Oops.